Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94, back with another reaction video today. We're finna react to WWE wrestlers who saved their opponents from serious injuries. The one I can remember the most was when Jeff Hardy took on Chris Jericho, and Jeff Hardy went for a whisper in the wind, but he slipped. And Chris Jericho caught him like damn near at the last minute, but Jeff still like hit. Jeff body still hit the mat, but like Chris Jericho saved him though a little bit. But Jeff Hardy was all right. He was still able to finish the match, so it was all right. I mean, it happens, man. Sometimes you place your feet on the ropes. You do the same move all the time, but you probably place your feet on the ropes at a bad angle, or you may just end up slipping, or you may not have enough grip, and you end up slipping. It happens, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, wrestlers come in with all that baby oil on. You get the, be some oil on the ropes. You know what I'm saying? You get the slipping and sliding, and you end up busting your shit. It happens. It's all part of the game. But anyways, though, without further ado, let's get right into it. What's up? Is this on?
Wrestling's inherent risks mean that injuries can happen in the blink of an eye.
My head is not looking back. Bad enough that I'm not gripping around AJ's legs as tight as I can.
Oh, God.
Today we'll focus on those close calls where wrestlers narrowly avoided danger thanks to the quick thinking of their opponents.
The clothesline here, and your arm got caught underneath me. I had to get off your arm so I didn't break it.
We'll highlight moves and dives that went wrong, but could have been much worse had the opponent not been there to make the save.
Oh my God.
Head first, spike down.
I think I was too far back for the move, and I think he didn't clear enough ground for the move.
This is 50 times wrestlers saved their opponent from injury. Before we start the list, here's two honorable mentions, starting with Bret Hart at SummerSlam 1992. The Hitman had to pivot in midair to save himself from injury after realizing the British Bulldog wasn't going to catch him. And second, we've got Wheeler Yuta, moving the ladder up the way so Claudio Castagnoli doesn't swing Juice Robinson into it. Now let's start the list by looking at a match between Rey Mysterio and Billy Kidman from WCW Nitro in 1998. Mysterio goes for a moonsault press, but Kidman was too far out to take or properly counter the move. Billy is able to lean forward though and catch Rey in the nick of time.
And sometimes we don't know what's going to happen.
Mysterio went for the same move during his match with Logan Paul at Crown Jewel 2023. Both wrestlers' timing was off, resulting in a close call. Rey has said that he would have landed on his stomach had Paul not caught him, though the Hall of Famers still gave Logan props for saving the spot by catching Mysterio before he hit the mat.
Almost head first, spike down.
I think I was too far back for the move, and I think he didn't clear enough ground for the move.
There was too much distance from this rope to Logan Paul.
A similar spot took place on Raw in 2000 when Perry Saturn was standing too close to Chris Jericho as Y2J came off the ropes. A moonsault was likely planned, but because of Perry being out of position, Saturn now had to land on his butt while guiding Chris down so Y2J didn't come down head first.
A little bit later here tonight, live on Raw. Look out here. Whoa!
The same thing happened during a match Jericho had with Alex Wright on WCW Saturday Night. Chris doesn't get as much height on his jump this time around, but at least it looked more like an offensive move as Wright sold his throat.
Is the NWO. I'm talking WCW. Oh my goodness. Got him.
We've got one more lion salt to show you occurring in Jericho's match with Kurt Hennig on WCW Nitro in 1997. Chris doesn't flip his body over fully, but Hennig's legs saved Jericho from disaster. Chris has stated the move was always meant to be countered with Kurt getting his knees up. This was especially lucky given Jericho's under rotation.
Another very important thing. Now, Bret Hitman Hart's on board.
Next is Jericho saving someone from injury as he quickly stopped Jeff Hardy falling off the ropes during a match on SmackDown in 2009. Jeff looked like he was about to hit the whisper in the wind, but his foot slipped on the rope, so good thing Chris reacted fast, preventing Hardy from potentially landing awkwardly.
Lessons of champions, chances of keeping the title. And I know I'll be hard.
Yeah, that could have been
One
scary.
last example involving Chris Jericho sees him stabilizing the ladder so his opponent Kane can safely climb and retrieve the titles during a TLC match on Raw in 2002.
He's almost there. He's got it. He's got it. My God.
You'll often see wrestlers, or usually referees, holding the ladder to make it more stable for the talent to use. Another example of a ref making a dangerous spot safer occurred during Kurt Angle and Shane McMahon's match at the 2001 King of the Ring. Referee Mike Chioda held the board that was placed on the top rope. The board was quite small, while Kurt and Shane were in a very precarious position.
Like, oh my God, where is the ground? Where is it?
Using that board, I think we saved each other from really getting injured badly.
Chioda also played a pivotal role in Charlotte and Becky Lynch's match at Evolution 2018 during a risky powerbomb spot on the apron where there is little space. You can see Chioda holding onto Becky's top so she keeps her balance and doesn't fall over while she hoists up Charlotte.
Charlotte Flair's in trouble. Becky Lynch.
Had ref Jimmy Corderas not counted rookie Daniel Puder's shoulders down for the 3 on SmackDown in 2004, then Puder was about to break Kurt Angle's arm with the Kimura lock. The two men were grappling for real, and once they went to the mat, Corderas thought on his feet and decided to count, thus saving Kurt's arm from breaking.
Shoulders are down.
Like, if you don't tap, he's going to take your arm. And I didn't realize it was that bad at the time, but I knew it wasn't good. So in my mind, all I could think of, how do we get out of this darn thing?
Referee Eddie Orango came up big during an Extreme Rules match between Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre on Raw in 2020. While Drew was throwing chairs into the ring, one of them was about to hit Dolph as he was laying down, but the ref blocked the chair with his hand. The legs of the seat still caught Ziggler in the back slightly. However, if the referee hadn't been there, it could have been worse.
This is very reminiscent of what we saw at the horse show at Extreme Rules.
Matt Hardy and Devon Dudley could have landed badly on a chair had Edge not moved it out of the way during a table spot on Raw in 2000.
Are stopping the Dudleys.
Oh!
Next on a SmackDown from 2001, we can see The Undertaker moving a chair out of the way so that Kurt Angle can land the Big Show with an Angle Slam. Shane McMahon, who is down selling, is also visible moving himself away from danger. There are a lot of bodies and action taking place in the ring, so it was important for everyone to be in the right position and also stay out of the way.
Sit in the eyes. Oh no!
During a Raw from the same year, The Undertaker and Test had to work together to execute the last ride. Taker starts to lose his footing as he hoists Test up, so the Phenom uses the ropes to balance. Meanwhile, Test shifts his weight to steady himself and support the lift. This isn't the first time the last ride went wrong. On each occasion, Taker and the other wrestler cooperated to reset and get the move back on track.
On a powerbomb. The 280-pound Test. No way,
That take a lot of
Here's another
strength.
scary powerbomb spot. Kevin Nash is having a lot of trouble getting Mike Awesome up, to the point where Awesome's body starts to go sideways while Nash has to keep backtracking. Thankfully, DDP was there to get both men out of jail. Dallas even appears to improvise with the move's execution by guiding Awesome down onto the tables.
Out there.
When Nash took on the Giant at Sold Out 1998, Kevin went high risk by attempting a dive to the outside. Nash's huge legs end up getting clipped on the ropes as he came down. However, the Giant used his immense strength to catch Big Sexy and stop him from hitting the floor.
7-4, nearly 500 pounds over the top. He caught him in midair.
Nash infamously tore his quad in a 10-man tag on Raw in 2002. Once his opponent Bubba Ray Dudley realized Kevin was hurt, Bubba prevented any further damage from taking place by hovering over Nash and stopping anyone else from getting to him.
It felt like a shotgun. It's so Bubba comes over. He's like, stay where you're at. And they just make sure there's nobody hits me.
Roman Reigns also showed how important it is to protect a wrestler after an injury when he took care of Seth Rollins at Money in the Bank 2016. Rollins went to perform the same spot he'd previously torn his ATL doing. Roman grabbed hold of Seth's leg and slowly guided him down, preventing a repeat injury since Rollins had only just returned.
You have a little hesitation. Remember, that's the move that Seth threw his knee out on. Exactly.
2 years prior on Raw, Seth nearly got impaled by the leg of the steel cage. Realizing he wasn't going to make it into the ring in time, Rollins backed away as the cage then stopped lowering.
Rollins with a steel chair slipping under the steel. He can't make it. He can't make it.
Randy Orton nearly suffered a similar fate in a Hell in a Cell handicap match on Raw in 2014. Orton caught Rollins off a dive, then almost collided throat first into the leg of a table. Randy stopped himself before reacting in frustration.
Saved himself before he crashed. Look at it. Rollins into Orton. Oh, Rollins heading to the cell again.
Orton had previously prevented himself and Jinder Mahal from landing on a belt during an episode of SmackDown from 2017, after the Viper kicked the title away.
Orton's lifeless body. On the number #1 contender.
In a match versus Austin Theory on SmackDown in 2024, Randy was about to go for a superplex, but his foot slipped off the rope. Orton then held on to Theory and managed to finish in a suplex. Theory also kept hold of Randy in what was great improvisation from both wrestlers.
Suffering through intense agony.
That's a great
Another
reversal.
suplex spot that didn't go as planned happened during the Andre the Giant Battle Royal at WrestleMania 35. Braun Strowman was late in eliminating Luke Harper and Mustafa Ali, which messed up their timing. So instead of possibly spiking Ali on his neck, Harper landed on his feet to take Mustafa over in a safer manner. Ali still hit his face off the announce table, but things could have been much worse.
Harper was going for a nasty suplex instead. Boom! Boot by Strowman takes them both out.
2 years later at WrestleMania Backlash, Strowman was about to land on his head after overshooting a cannonball dive from the apron. Drew McIntyre was able to push Braun over onto his back to avoid catastrophe.
Let's watch it again. Yeah, 385 pounds.
Naomi overshot a dive on SmackDown in 2018 and could have been headed for a Lita-style folded-up botch to the floor. Aiden English was tall enough to catch her safely, but a smaller wrestler may not have been able to.
Oh no! Naomi lined him up, takes them both down.
At the 2021 Royal Rumble, Carmella's body went into that nosedive position like Naomi and Lita, but Sasha Banks grabbed onto Carmella tight to soften her landing.
Mary utilizing her own body to take out nasty.
Speaking of Lita, at the Invasion pay-per-view in 2001, she was able to stop Trish Stratus from falling off the stage. The show's ramp design was quite odd, and there was a big drop to the floor below, so it's a good thing Lita was able to stop Trish after a misstep.
Trish and Lita pick up the win for the WWF.
Later in the year at Survivor Series, Lita sprung into action to help Jazz after she got caught in the ropes. Sure, Lita was supposed to catch her anyway, but she made sure to get in a better position after the initial botch.
And
The same can be said for Kofi Kingston after Xavier Woods and LA Knight weren't in a position to catch Drew McIntyre on SmackDown in 2023. This meant Kofi had to take all the impact, but in doing so, ended up hurting himself. Kingston required ankle surgery after Drew landed on him.
So he saved Drew, but sacrificed
So
himself.
he could protect his opponents on NXT in 2019. As his legs were about to give way, Lee made sure to land Dijakovic and Roderick Strong flat before falling back into the rope since he was unable to step forward to hit the powerbomb as intended.
for the spear bomb. What the hell? Oh my God!
We have one more powerbomb injury save to show you, and it took place during an independent match. AEW's John Silver caught opponent Eric James in midair after James jumped too high and almost fell off the top rope. Eddie Guerrero also nearly plunged to the floor on WCW Nitro in 1999. Eddie slipped when performing a dive, but the Insane Clown Posse stepped forward to catch Guerrero. In his book, Eddie praised the clowns, stating that even though they weren't fully trained wrestlers, their first instincts were to make sure Guerrero was safe after he messed up the dive. When Kevin Owens slipped off the ropes at the 2023 Royal Rumble, Roman Reigns was there to cushion the landing in what was supposed to be a moonsault. Reigns was meant to move out the way regardless, but in doing so, he inadvertently saved Owens from an awkward landing.
What? Oh my goodness! What? Oh my goodness!
A more intentional way to prevent wrestlers landing awkwardly can be seen anytime there's an announce table spot. You'll always see talent, or in some cases announcers, removing the hood and monitors so that the opponent lands flat whenever they go through the table. Landing flat was the mission for Lince Dorado when he went for a dive on Arya Davari in a match on 205 Live. The problem was Dorado got caught on the ropes slightly, but Davari was able to turn his opponent over in midair, so Lince didn't spike his head on the floor.
This could have gone very poorly for Lince Dorado.
Spike Dudley almost spiked himself hitting a dive on Mike Awesome in ECW. Spike's feet got caught in the ropes.
Man, Spike, man, even if it's a botch, Spike will still get up. I don't know what Spike body was made of. We always talk about Jeff Hardy. We don't never talk about Spike. Spike was made of something else, bruh. The shit he took, the bumps he took, oh my God, bruh. Ain't no fucking way, bruh. Ain't no fucking way.
Hey, boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no 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 fucking way, boy.
Ain't no fucking way, bro. The shit that Spike Dudley, the bumps that Spike Dudley took, 10 times worse than fucking anything else, anybody on this list, Spike Dudley has taken the worst bumps. My God.
But Awesome was in position to catch him. Dolph Ziggler's legs got completely tangled in the ropes at Money in the Bank 2010. It was a scary moment as Kane had to act fast and help out his opponent.
Kane wants to get Ziggler out of the ring at any price.
6 years later at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, Ziggler tripped up on the steps wrestling Baron Corbin. Corbin caught Dolph in time and nicely transitioned into the Deep Six.
Dolph! Oh, it's Ziggler! Doubled and that just cost him. Did it ever?
Damian Priest was able to successfully jump off the steps on Raw to hit Apollo Crews. The problem was Apollo's inexperienced bodyguard pushed Crews too far out, meaning Priest nearly landed on his head hitting the dive. Luckily, Apollo managed to grab Damian in time.
Face! Oh, he's down!
Next, we have a real-life security guard doing their job as they stopped the fan, who jumped the rail from getting to Dean Ambrose following a SmackDown taping in 2015. It was rumored that the fan was armed with a knife, and we don't know anything other than that. Either way, the security guard did his job, acting quickly to protect Ambrose from the crazed fan. Our next example could have also been fatal had someone not intervened. It went down on Raw in 1999 when the Ministry attacked Gangrel. The faction began choking him with a noose, however the rope was far too tight since it wasn't loosened or gimmicked ahead of time.
And tossing Gangrel off the apron! And look at Mideon! He's laughing, he's enjoying this!
This meant Gangrel began to fade until he gave Mideon the Iggy to help out by prepping him up on the apron, meaning Gangrel was no longer dangling from the rope as it crushed his neck.
Gangrel hanging from that top rope. I don't know, this is scary. I still can't understand.
Gangrel believes Mideon's intervention ultimately saved his life. Our last two examples probably would have been the two worst had no one been there to make the save. This next one might have been the third most devastating injury, since the wrestler in question was headed for a broken neck. We're talking about when AJ Styles shifted his body weight in midair to prevent James Ellsworth from landing on his head, after Ellsworth tucked his chin for the Styles Clash on SmackDown in 2016.
The Styles Clash! Oh!
A similar situation occurred when AJ gave the Styles Clash to Stevie Richards in TNA. With Richards in the wrong position and given his history of neck problems, AJ altered his own technique to minimize the impact and soften Stevie's landing as much as possible.
My head is not looking back. Bad enough that I'm not gripping around AJ's legs as tight as I can, but my head is also tough.
Oh man, set him up for a Styles Clash. Look at that spot. Oh my God, his neck.
This next wrestler may have hurt his neck too, if not for his opponent making the save. A back body drop powerbomb combo went awry when Kevin Sullivan and Bam Bam Bigelow were too far away from each other. However, Bigelow was able to catch the opponent John Rayner in time, before Rayner's head hit the ground during a match on WCW Saturday Night in 1990.
And Rayner sent to the right on the far side. And he's caught there. No, he was caught right in midair. There's the power bomb.
Kalisto's head may have hit off the apron before he hit the ground, had Ryback not successfully caught the masked luchador in time. Kalisto didn't clear enough of the ropes to get enough distance on his springboard dive, forcing the big guy to intervene at Payback 2016.
What's this? This is just ridiculous. Changing direction mid-air to take out the big guy.
Mustafa Ali might have got too much hype for what was supposed to be a backstabber. Either that or Matt Riddle fell too early. Nevertheless, Ali had to change his body position in mid-air, so he didn't come down too hard on Riddle on Raw in 2021.
Watch this after multiple distractions. Both superstars.
Yeah, Matt Riddle went too
was
early.
about to come down hard on Bayley's face, had Sasha Banks not put her arm in the way to protect her partner at Elimination Chamber 2019.
Here. They've been waiting for this opportunity. Take a look at this.
Bang, right on the side of the face of Bayley.
In order to protect Bret Hart's arm from breaking at WrestleMania 13, Stone Cold Steve Austin went over the guardrail with Bret, as both men guided one another to safety.
The clothesline here, and your arm got caught underneath me. I had to get off your arm so I didn't break it.
The year before WrestleMania 12, Bret saved Shawn Michaels from colliding with the guardrail by moving HBK's body out of the way as he caught him.
Play action, double feature action. Watch Look at this. Unbelievable. Talk about a high-risk maneuver. Michael.
And lastly, in AEW, the Butcher stopped Darby Allin from smashing into the guardrail and possibly taking out some fans by safely guiding Darby into the rail after both wrestlers' timing was slightly off.
Springs into the ring. Oh, the speed of that. My goodness.
Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out our similar video of 30 times WWE wrestlers forgot their spot in a match. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.
Alrighty, man. Let's just go about do it. Hey.
There comes a time.
Hey. But anyway, so that's just gonna about do it for this one. Hey, YouTube, quit being hard-headed. YouTube always being hard-headed, man. Anyway, so that's just gonna about do it for this one, man. I will see you all in the next video. Definitely some quick thinking, being quick on your feet. Definitely gotta be quick on your feet when dealing with the WWE, because motherfuckers can get hurt out here real easily. So you gotta protect yourself, you gotta protect your opponent. You know what I'm saying? Things don't always go as planned. No matter how proper, no matter how many times you've done the move, no matter how many times you've done the proper techniques to make the move go off, something can always happen. And that's just something you got to deal with in WWE. But anyway, so that's just gonna about do it for this one. I will see you all in the next video. Till then, peace out.